Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Mimi's Home and Garden. Today I'm going to share with you a quick grape jelly recipe, and this is perfect for beginner canners that want to learn how to can. This recipe is from the Blue Book of Preserving by Ball, and it is quick grape jelly, and the ingredients are grape juice. I've picked Welch's grape juice and there's no sugar added. I have granulated sugar and a box of Sure Gel, and that's all you need for this jelly recipe. There's no fruit to process, and it's a very easy recipe. This is a water bath canner, and you're going to fill it with water, and you're going to need 6 half pint jars and some new lids and rings. And the first step is to go ahead and get the water bath canner hot, and then I'll show you the complete process of how to make this grape jelly. We're going to put the freshly washed with hot soapy water jars into the water bath canner to sterilize. And I've got the stove set on high, and I'm going to carry this canner pot back over to the stove and bring it to a boil. And you will leave it at a boil throughout this whole process, because you want your jars very hot. And then when the jars are full, we're going to put them back in the canner to process for 10 minutes. Okay, now let's make our grape jelly mixture. So I'm going to pour 3 cups of unsweetened grape juice, or no sugar added, Welch's grape juice, to my pot. And that is really good grape juice. We're going to add in 1 package of Sure Gel. And I did not choose the sugar-free, I just the regular Sure Gel. You're going to mix that in your grape juice. And then all of it will get poured into your pot, and you'll bring it over to the stove and bring it to a boil, stirring and making sure all of the Sure Gel has dissolved. And so give this a good stir while it's coming to a boil. Just a little side tip, Welch's grape juice is great to prevent stomach virus. So if you've been around anyone or family members that have had a stomach virus, if you drink several glasses of grape juice, you will not get that stomach virus. We learned this on a vacation. We rented a beach house, and one family member got it, and the rest of us started drinking that grape juice. Now this tip is to add a little pat of butter to your jam or jelly as it's cooking, and it will cut down on the foam. When you make jam and jelly, there's a lot of foam that accumulates on the top, and this butter will help to stop a lot of that foam. Now I'm slowly adding and stirring in the 4½ cups of sugar. And you just pour that in, and you bring it to a roaring boil. At this point, you're going to set your timer for 1 minute on your stove, and constantly stand and stir and watch this for 1 minute. And when the minute is up, you cut off the heat and you remove the pot from the stove. You have to watch this very carefully because it can boil over quickly. And that's really all there is to it. There's no processing the fruit or anything. This is just a really easy, quick jelly recipe, just using the juice. You could make other jelly recipes using apple or peach or whatever kind of juice you like. So here I've set up my little canning station, and I've got my jelly in the pot. I'm going to go get a jar that's been boiling in the hot water, sterilizing, and bring it over and start to fill. Of course, with canning, you got to use that jar lifter. And there's your little funnel. And I'm just scooping up some of the jelly and pouring it in the jar, leaving 1/4 inch headspace. And then you're going to take a paper towel and very carefully wipe the rim of the jar. You don't want any juice or any debris on that ring. And then I've left my lids and rings sitting in really hot water And then I'm just going to secure a lid and a ring on and do it fingertip tight. I did this process with all 5 jars. Now we're going to put it back in the canner to water bath for 10 minutes. So all the jars are still hot jars with the hot juice, and I'm going to put it back in the boiling canner. And you're going to set this timer for 10 minutes after it comes back to a nice boil. So here I am putting it back on the stove in the canner pot, and it's still boiling. I'm going to put the lid on and then set the timer for 10 minutes. Okay, the 10 minutes is up. Okay, now that the water has stopped boiling and cooled down just a bit, I bring the canner back over to my counter and I'm taking out the jars of grape jelly. And if you listen carefully, you'll hear them pop. That means that they are now sealed. So you need to listen carefully for those pops and make sure all the jars have sealed. If there is one that has not sealed, don't worry, just take the ring and the lid off, wipe the jar rim down again, put the lid back on, and process it again for 10 minutes and see if that doesn't help the seal. If that doesn't work, then you've got a jar of jelly to put in your refrigerator. There's no loss there. So I've got 6 half-pint jars. The recipe said you would make 5.5 pint, but I actually got 6 half-pint size jars of grape jelly from the 3 cups of grape juice. And this is my husband's favorite jelly. I love strawberry, peach, whatever, apple jelly, but this is his favorite, plain old-fashioned grape jelly, so he should be happy. Again, if you're a new beginner canner, this is a perfect way to get your feet wet into the world of canning. Pick up the Ball Blue Book of Preserving. It is packed full of great recipes for pickling, canning regular vegetables, making marmalades and jams, and even how to pressure can meat. This recipe was on page 37 of the Blue Book of Preserving, and I hope you'll give it a try. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone has a blessed day. And if you like this video, please think about subscribing and giving me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.